So since we're going to the depths, right? We're going to our emotional depths, might as well get down there and say hello to your shadow, okay? Welcome back to Elevation 44, where we learn how to master our energy, and we do that through three main areas: spiritual alchemy, astrology, and holistic living. It's your girl B. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. Glad to have you with us today. All right, so what are we talking about today? We are talking all about the Scorpio full moon, which is coming up on May 7th, okay? And I'm getting this video out to you guys extra early because if you've watched my previous full moon videos, you know I always go into the herbs, the rituals, and the crystals that you can use during this time. So I'm hoping that by getting this information out to you early, you have an opportunity to go ahead and gather up some of these supplies so you can utilize them on the full moon, okay? So, first things first, I am sipping on some tea, and what I have blended here is the Scorpio moon tea, okay? And this will be available on the website, I would say May 8th. It'll be available May 8th because you know I like to charge all of my teas, all of my products with the full moon energy, but I just started blending this up early and it is the good stuff, okay? So if you want some of that Scorpio moon tea, go on ahead and head over to the website. I'm gonna pop the link right here so that you can see and get you some of that tea, limited quantities available. Okay. So, with all of that out the way, let's get into some of the facts about the Scorpio moon. Okay, Scorpio energy, first and foremost, its element is water. Okay, so it is a water sign, and that's why we're tying up to that emotions, and we'll get into that in a second. Let me not get ahead of myself. The second thing about the Scorpio moon energy, quality is fixed, okay? So very firmly planted in its ways, and if you know a Scorpio, you might be able to relate to that statement, okay? And Scorpio also rules the 8th house, which is all about death and rebirth, transformation, and sex, okay? It is also ruled by the planet Pluto, which is a lot of those same qualities: transformation, ruling the subconscious, beginnings and endings, and the occult or mysteries. Pluto is known as the god of the underworld, so that's kind of where a lot of that energy is fitting in. Not only that, it is also known to be co-ruled by Mars, and Mars is all about that, you know, that fiery, passionate, intense energy. So when you combine both of those planetary energies and this full moon, which is usually speaks to the emotions of us, and then you've got this Scorpio, and I mean, it is just going to make for some deep emotional healing and transformation, okay? So that is what this energy is going to be best utilized for. All right, so some of the gifts of Scorpio energy: ambitious, determined, loyal, passionate, intense, focused. It brings sexual wisdom, sensuality, a psychic awareness, emotional intelligence, and very imaginative, okay? So those are some of the beautiful gifts that Scorpio energy brings our way. Now, with gifts, there are always challenges on the other side. So let's go through those challenges. Scorpio energy, if unbalanced, can be manipulative, jealous, vengeful, okay? Possessive, obsessive, and secretive. So, of course, we always want to utilize the positive qualities, but we always got to make sure that we watch out for those not so positive qualities because they can creep in really fast, and especially we're talking about, you know, this is deep emotional extremes. You know, you can go to the negative side real quick, okay? So the best use of the Scorpio full moon energy is all about what I previewed earlier, which is that deep emotional healing and transformation. So getting into the root of your emotional issues, so going down into the depths of your emotional pool, is what you're going to want to utilize this energy for. So if you need something, if your soul, your spirit has been telling you that there's something beneath the surface that needs to be healed, this is the best opportunity to peel back those layers and get down in there. Now, if you are about to do that, I am going to warn you. You want to do so, but you also want to stay objective in the sense that you don't want to get pulled down and sucked into those deep emotions that it allows you to kind of go left into those negative characteristics or traits that I brought up about this energy. So we don't want to get stuck down there in the emotional pool. We want to go down there, swim down there, see what's down there, pull it up, bring it to the surface, and come on out. Okay, so don't stay stuck in those deep emotions. But if you utilize this energy correctly, you can heal a lot of things that are in the subconscious, because again, Pluto is all about the subconscious energy, and being the influence on that Scorpio energy, we get to go beneath the depths. Okay? So another focus that I would say would be vital with this energy is to also use those deep emotions to fuel your creativity and to do some healing around your sacral chakra. Now, your sacral chakra is connected, is your creativity center. That is where creation comes from, is from your sacral chakra. So using this energy for deep healing in that arena will also allow those emotions and that healing to fuel your creative center. This is the I want center, so that you can identify what exactly you want. Okay, and a lot of times people will be like, I don't want this, but they can't tell you what they want. So getting aligned there is going to be vital, especially as you're moving forward into wanting to make a lot of these other changes and big steps and big transformations in your life. You have to identify what you want first, okay? So healing that sacral chakra will be a great thing to do with this energy. Another great focus with the Scorpio full moon is shadow work. Okay, so since we're going to the depths, right? We're going to our emotional depths. Might as well get down there and say hello to your shadow, okay? And I have a video where I talk all about the shadow side, right? And what is the shadow, and everyone has one, okay? We don't know our light without dark, and we don't know our dark without light, okay? So our shadow is kind of more of the darker aspects of us, but very vital part of our personality, a part of our survival. A lot of the time the shadow is there to protect us. It's our ego. It's there to be that shield to protect us from the world, but it can be unbalanced, and a lot of the times, yes, this society breeds, imbalance for the ego. So getting down there, talking to your ego, doing the shadow work, and going into face yourself, those darker aspects of yourself, is going to be a great way to utilize this energy, so you can balance all of that out. So we're balancing out our creative center, we're checking our ego and say, hey girl, hey dude, you need to fall in line and you need to act right, okay? Because I'm trying to get over here, and what you're doing right now is kind of messing things up for me. So you and I, let's have a chat, let's get acquainted, and let's come to an understanding so we can move forward in a more healthy and balanced way. Another thing that this energy or this focus would be great for is mindfulness. Now, Scorpio energy is also very observative. Yeah, I think I said it right that time. So this is the energy you can use for observation and just sitting back and watching how things are around you, not in only your own life, just in the world around you. So mindfulness, practicing some type of mindfulness where you can just be in a receiving state, where you're just sitting back and just really taking stock of what everything is, not only internally, but externally as well. The last focus that I think would be great to utilize with this Scorpio moon energy is going into that dark energy, okay? And lifting the veil on the dark energy. We have to understand how dark energy works, not only in relation to, you know, our ego or our shadow selves, but dark energy in general, the occult, okay? So we have to understand the darkness, because without darkness, like I said, we can't have light, okay? And without light, we cannot have dark. We need a balance of both to understand. And actually, light comes from the darkness, okay? So if you have read the Bible or you've subscribed to the Bible in the past, even in the Bible it says, and let there be light. So something had to come before the light. So I'll let you think about that. But this is a great energy to go down into the deepest layers of dark energy, not to get lost in it, okay? I'm gonna always tell you guys that, to stay balanced in all the work that you do. Do not get lost in the darkness. But it's a great opportunity to understand the darkness and why we need the darkness in order to balance everything out. So let's talk about some of the major planetary transits that's going to be happening at the time of the full moon. Now, the first thing that's going to be happening, or is already in process, is the Pluto retrograde, okay? Now, it started on April 25th and it's going to go until October 4th. Now, Pluto, like I said before, is the planet of transformation, okay? So Pluto is transforming our outside world right now, and we are seeing that all around us, right? But when it's retrograding, it's a chance to do that internal work. This is a chance for internal transformation. We get to focus inward instead of externally. So this again doubles down on that shadow work, okay? And going inside and figuring out, what is your relationship with power and control? Are you running the show, or is your ego running the show? Who needs to be checked, okay? And figuring out that great balance within so that you have those major transformations that can move you forward in a healthy and more positive way. So I'm going to continue to harp on shadow work. And I have two products here that can help you with that. The first is this dark side herbal tea, and I also have a tea soak, a dark side tea soak. And these were specifically made for working with dark energy and for work and doing shadow work, because that process is so important in evolving that, and a lot of people want to skip it because it's the most uncomfortable thing to do. So these products will greatly assist you if you want to utilize them. They're available on the website. And I hope you guys can really take that seriously if you have not done your shadow work before. Another thing that is going to be happening is the moon is going to be squaring Mars in Aquarius, okay? So when I mentioned earlier that we can go to those negative aspects real quick, I'm going to double down and say Mars squaring the moon means rises in anger and frustration, okay? And extreme emotions when it comes to our freedom and our individuality. So when we feel like our freedom is challenged, we are going to pop off even quicker and go to some of those negative aspects that I listed earlier. So just be aware of that, guys. Just be aware that emotions can be running extremely high, and we don't want to get to a place where we're brooding and we're plotting revenge and we're trying to do cutting up people and doing all that type of stuff. Let's stay away from all of that and just be very mindful of this energy. So some of the rituals that can be done with this energy, all forms of magic. This is a magical time because Scorpio energy is great for the occult and the dark energy and the dark arts and learning all of that stuff, and all forms of magic are just going to be enhanced with this energy. So that also includes sex magic. Actually, I'm going to highlight sex magic because this energy, Scorpio energy, is all about sexuality, right? That sacral chakra rules our sexual organs and our creative center, they're actually one of the same. So if you want to do fertility rituals, if you want to manifest something, sex magic is where it is at. And a lot of people have it confused and twisted, thinking that you have to do sex magic with someone else. You can do sex magic alone, okay? So I'm not going to get into it too much, but I will let you know that sex magic is very, very, very powerful stuff. It's not to be, you know, played with, but if you know how to utilize it and you know how to, you know, get it going, you can make some amazing things happen, okay? This is also a great time to do a ritual around psychic development and mindfulness, observation. Just go sit and chill and relax and watch something and to take it all in, no distractions, and just, you know, to be. So those are some of the rituals that I would suggest doing. Some of the herbs that I would suggest working with: blessed thistle, basil, hibiscus, yarrow, rosemary, pine, wormwood, chrysanthemum. Okay, so a lot of these herbs either stimulate your sexual organs or they're major protection herbs. So if you're going to be dabbling with the dark energy, you don't want to go out there and be, you know, right for the picking. You need to have some protection, okay? And actually you just need to have protection all the time, whether you're dabbling or not dabbling. When you're exploring both sides, you just need to be protected at all times, at all costs. So these are major protection herbs, and these are herbs that are gonna stimulate those sexual organs, okay? Some of the crystals that I would recommend you working with at this time. The first one is my favorite crystal of all time, and I'm talking about labradorite. There she is. There's a close-up of a labradorite crystal. And the reason why I love this crystal is because it is known as the stone of magic. So when you're dibble-dabbling your magic and you are trying to make it happen, this is a great crystal to have and to work with. Not only that, it is a great protection crystal, okay? So like I said before, we don't even want to walk out here with no armor, with no weaponry, okay? So this is a great crystal to protect yourself. It's great for intuition, psychic connection. Oh my gosh, so many things. It's amazing. Look it up and, you know, tell me what you think about it. But I love this crystal, okay? Now the second crystal that I would recommend you working with, I actually don't have one in my collection, which is weird because I usually have almost everything in my collection, but I'm talking about aquamarine. And aquamarine is great because it helps kind of temper out some of those extremities that we talked about earlier. Not sure what happened there, but the camera just shut down. I don't know what is going on. Anyway, I'm done. I hope that you found this video helpful and that you are able to utilize this full moon energy to your best advantage and go into those depths and do all of that healing and transformation that we so need, okay? So until the next video, peace.